As a sales acceleration and B2B lead generation platform, one of Cognism's biggest markets are sales leaders and directors. Outreaching to this senior level audience is something we do every day. There is a skill in communicating with this group, however. Their calendars are usually chock full of appointments and they don't have much time, if any, to listen to an outside sales pitch. My name's Andy, Enterprise Sales Team Lead here at Cognism, and today I'm going to discuss how to build a winning sales cadence for sales leaders. Before we start, let's go through the purpose of the cadence. The cadence is designed to be fast and hard-hitting. The intention is to create urgency, to connect with the prospect as quickly as possible, and to get appointments booked in a short space of time. The ultimate goal is to get the prospect to convert to a meeting in 15 days. It's the cadence of choice for the sales rep who's working in a scaling company and wants to generate some quick wins. First, let's begin with the results of this cadence. 341 calls were made and 341 emails were sent. Of those 341 emails, only 5 bounced, a bounce rate of 1.47%. 116 emails were opened, an open rate of 34.5%. Of those opened emails, 38 of them had the prospect click on a link, a click-through rate of 32%. 10 emails received a positive response where the prospect booked a demo, a conversion rate of 2.98%. Now for the cadence, day 1. The first step is to call your prospects. Pitch your value and proposition them and attempt to get them booked in for a meeting. It's an introductory call, but by trying to get a meeting booked straight away, the sales rep is building some urgency. If you can't get through, leave a voicemail explaining your product's value and promising to follow up with an email. Hi, first name. I wanted to present myself as interesting and witty. Alas, I called and emailed you instead. I'm contacting you regarding Cognism, a software tool that helps you to lower your client acquisition costs by providing intelligent data for your business. Would you be interested in finding out more? Thanks in advance, Andy. Keep this short and to the point. Remember that sales leaders have very busy lives and are more likely to respond to a succinct and snappy message. This email is only 53 words long. An important point to remember is that a good sales email should be based around your product's benefits rather than features. It should demonstrate the value that your product can deliver to the prospect. Don't just reel off a list of product features. Instead, think about the advantages the prospect will gain from using it. You're much more likely to get a response that way. Moving on to day 2. Start the second day with a phone call showing your product's value. See if the prospect has considered your earlier emails and phone calls, and if they're interested in booking a meeting. Again, if there's no connection, leave a voicemail. The follow-up email on the second day is even shorter than the first, 31 words. Hi, first name. I thought I'd touch base and see if we could pencil in the time to speak about how Cognism can help you. How is 2 business days from now looking for you? Best, Andy. The messaging is easy to read and simple to understand. It's demonstrating value while still reinforcing the intention to get a meeting in the diary. The email ends on a strong call to action, asking the prospect to consider connecting on a specific date. Now for day 3. If you haven't had any traction over the first few days, now's the time to ask the prospect for alternative contact. Call them, check if they're the decision maker and if there's anyone else in the organisation that you should be talking to. What's the purpose of doing this? If they are the decision maker, it may spur them into a conversation. If they're not, they may provide you with the contact details of someone who is. Day 4. This email works in much the same way as the last phone call. The intention is to find out if the prospect is qualified to deal with your query, and if not, to get them to refer you to a better qualified colleague. Hi, first name. Sorry we haven't been able to connect. Cognism can help company in 3 ways. We save you time manually prospecting for new clients. We provide intelligent contact data, including direct emails and phone numbers, so you will be at the front of your prospects' minds. Smart sales triggers give you unique insights and notifications as to the optimal time to reach out. Don't just take my word for it. Check out our G2 crowd reviews here. If you aren't the right person to deal with this, could you please point me in the right direction of somebody who is? Thanks in advance, Andy. This email also keeps the value proposition to the fore. It provides 3 clear reasons why Cognism can make the prospect's life easier. It deepens the value proposition by providing something new, a link to a page of external customer reviews. Day 5. This phone call should also provide something new. Call the prospect and quote a relevant case study or industry statistic. It's a way of maintaining interest and making the prospect look again at your product. Hi, first name. I thought I'd provide you with a bit more information around Cognism and exactly how we can help company. I've researched company in the wider industry, and it's clear that sales technology is growing rapidly. Companies need to embrace the technological change that's taking place to stay ahead of the game. Cognism is a sales acceleration solution that will save you time and lower your client acquisition costs. I've attached some reading around how. Would you be interested in having access to our platform so I can show you in more detail how we'll help? Thanks in advance, Andy. After the 3-day break, it's time to ramp up engagement. On the 8th day, connect with the prospect on LinkedIn. Include a polite note with your connection request. Boost their ego no more than 20 words. Remember to research the prospect thoroughly. It can really help you with this message. Have they recently written an article that you can quote? Have they won an industry award or been featured on an external website or publication? Leverage that information to keep your conversation going. Hi, first name. I know how much of a good fit Cognism is for company, and I would like to show you. Can we schedule a 15-minute screen share? I'll show you how Cognism can lower your client acquisition costs and grow your client base. When's the best time for you? Best wishes, Andy. At this point in the cadence, it's important to offer the prospect something of value. The email suggests a 15-minute screen share. This is something that won't take up too much of the prospect's time, while also giving them a fairly detailed overview of the product. An open-ended question is used to close the email. Open-ended questions are the best techniques for staying engaged with the prospect. Now for day 10. If they haven't responded already, the prospect may be getting a little tired of seeing your name crop up in their inbox. Tell them you really think your product is a good fit for them and you'd like to show them over a short demo. Day 11. The day after the LinkedIn message, call the prospect directly and repeat the same message. Apologise for your persistence, but try to persuade them to commit to booking a meeting. Day 13. This email is a simple request to be introduced to other stakeholders. Again, it may be the catalyst for the prospect to initiate a dialogue. Hi, first name. It's a shame we haven't been able to connect thus far. Would you mind pointing in the right direction of someone who can help? Thanks in advance, Andy. Call the prospect and repeat much the same message from the above email. You're sorry you haven't been able to connect, but you'd like to move forward by contacting someone else. Take some time to scroll through the prospect's LinkedIn page. Maybe like or comment on one of their recent posts. This shows that you're still very keen. Day 14. Hi, first name. I've been trying to reach you because Cognism will help company to reach new clients at optimal times. Can we organise a quick call to discuss this further? If you're not the right person, please could you point me in the right direction of somebody who is? Thanks in advance, Andy. This email is the last roll of the dice. It's simple, direct and short at only 52 words. It includes everything you've communicated so far. If you get a response at this late stage, great. If not, it's time to move on to new prospects. Which brings us to day 15. This is the breakup phase of the cadence. You've tried everything, but it hasn't quite worked. Give the prospect a call and tell them you recognise that now isn't the right time for them. But leave the door open. Don't write off the opportunity completely. Say that you'll get back in touch in 6 months' time. Who knows what might change for the prospect between now and then. Hi, first name. I've been trying to reach you for a number of weeks, as I know Cognism can help company to reach new clients at the optimal times. Even though I know how much we can help, I'll respect your silence, as now may not be a good time for you. I'll try to get hold of you in the coming months. In the meantime, you know where I am should you need anything. All the best, Andy. The final email in the cadence copies the messaging from the final phone call. It's a breakup, but it finishes on the intent to follow up in the future. Until you hear a definite no, the opportunity isn't closed, just put on hold. So there you have it, how to build an award-winning cadence for sales leaders. I hope you found this to be helpful and actionable. Thanks for watching.